And I'm tapping in. Y'all already know it's cousin the 1, 2. I ain't gonna waste no time with y'all, man. It's too early in the morning for the talk, and I just want y'all to listen. Because we definitely lit. Let's go.
For everyone's benefit, I'm Congressman Al Green, and I currently represent the 9th Congressional District of Texas. And I want to thank the press for being here today, and thank all of you who may be tuning in by means of live streaming, as well as some others who are going to view this on the television sets across the country, hopefully. I'm here to explain to people several things. The first is that in our country, we have a Pledge of Allegiance. And in that Pledge of Allegiance, we indicate that there should be liberty and justice for all. Liberty and justice for all has to include Miss Renee Nicole Good. Unfortunately, it appears that she will not get what the Pledge of Allegiance accords all in this country. Unfortunately, she won't get it because she has had her life taken, and there is an investigation that will not have with it the cooperation of the two entities that are most needed to work together to have a complete and impartial investigation. In fact, the government, under the leadership of President Trump, has shut out the local officials from this investigation, has pretty much concluded that there won't be, as I see it and understand it, an investigation. Her life meant more to us than simply saying she was a terrorist or saying that she was some person who had intentions that were honorable. If you recall, she indicated that she was not angry with the officers, and the officers, notwithstanding her indicating this, approached her in a very aggressive way and ended up shooting her and killing her. This is unacceptable. Her life has not been properly mourned. Her family is still grieving, and now we find ourselves with a second killing
Mm.
in the same city within a few days, within just a short distance of the first Miss Goods killing. This is unacceptable. Mr. Preddy, Alex Preddy, Mr. Preddy is a hero. He was out with his cell phone in hand, and with his cell phone in hand, seeing what was happening to someone being pushed and shoved, who was unarmed, by the way, unarmed person being pushed and shoved, went over to, with his cell phone, capture what was happening, and to provide some cover, as it were, some help, some means of trying to, as I see it, de-escalate what was unfortunately a situation that had gotten out of hand. He was thrown to the ground by multiple people, and while on the ground, one of the officers that had him on the ground took a gun from his person. And you can see this on videos. Took the gun from his person. Thereafter, while the gun is no longer on him, an officer shouted, "Gun." And that set off a chain of events that cost him his life. 9 to 10 shots, depending on who's counting. Some of the shots in the back. In the back. Miss Good shot in the face. Mr. Preddy in the back. Both of them unarmed at the time they were killed. Unarmed. Miss Good's wife said, "We had whistles. They had guns." Mr. Pretty, no gun on him when he was shot. He was treated like a rabid dog might be treated when you're trying to put the dog down. This is the United States of America. Liberty and justice for all. That includes Miss Good. That includes Mr. Pretty, a nurse at a VA hospital. A nurse who cared for the people who defend this country. He was there as an observer with his phone, lawfully carrying a weapon in a state that allows persons to carry weapons. Mr. Pretty should not have been killed. Miss Good should not have been killed. I understand what's happening here. There is a movement afoot to impeach the Secretary of Homeland Security, Secretary Noem. I support the impeachment effort. I have indicated such, and my name is among the many who are supporting this impeachment effort. And I'm proud to see the Congress come around now to using impeachment as one of the tools to deal with an administration out of control. I'm proud that we're doing this. I'm supporting this impeachment. And I assure you that if there is a vote on it, I will be voting to remove her from office. I believe not only should we have this impeachment moving forward, but she should resign. She should resign from office. If she does not resign, the president should terminate her. She immediately came out and demeaned, defamed both of these people, both of them that were killed. She should resign, or the president should fire her. She should be terminated. This is about life and death. And now we find ourselves in a situation wherein people are living in fear. They're living in fear. If you look like you are a Latino in the United States of America, the courts have concluded that you can be stopped. It is unconstitutional, in my opinion. I can differ with the courts. But I'm not calling for the impeachment of the judge that made the decision, as the president would when he differs. But in my opinion, this is unconstitutional to say that people who are looking a certain way are suspect. If you appear to be Latino, Latinos are living in fear. People who look like they're Latinos are living in fear. People who are concerned about what happened to the persons who were killed are living in fear. We should not have people living in fear in a country because people are exercising their constitutional right to protest, or their constitutional right in that state to carry a gun, or their constitutional right to go to a protest in your vehicle and have officers approach you and try to pull away because of the aggressive nature of what's taking place. I'm not sure I would have allowed the officer to approach me that way without my wanting to extricate myself from that circumstance. This is perfectly reasonable what both of these persons were doing. Yes, Ms. Noem should be impeached. Yes, she should resign. Yes, the president should fire her. But Ms. Noem is the face of what happened. The president is the architect. The architect has to be brought into this decision about what should be done. There are people who are saying that the architect, the president, should recalibrate. Recalibrate? Okay. Make adjustments. Make sure that there's proper training for the people who are out enforcing these laws as they see it. Make sure that those persons who are out there don't have on a mask. Make sure that they understand that they have to have a degree of dignity and respect for human life. Do all of these things. Recalibrate. But recalibration won't bring back Miss Good. Recalibration won't bring back Mr. Petty. Their lives have been lost. Recalibration will give the president an opportunity to save face. For some reason in this country, we're willing to forgive this president if he would, but only after he's committed some transgression, simply say, I no longer take this position, or I'm moving on to the next transgression, and we just move on too. If we're going to impeach Miss Nome, who is but the face of this movement, this transgression that took place, this injustice that took place, my friends, we have to impeach the president too. I cannot, in good conscience, see the lives taken, knowing what the Constitution allows, and simply say, let's recalibrate. I think, yes, recalibrate. So I'm not antithetical to a recalibration, because there definitely needs to be some recalibration as it relates to these officers. But I will tell you this, that's not enough. It won't bring back those lives that have been lost. There must be articles of impeachment brought against the President of the United States of America himself, because he is the person who has set all of this into motion. He is the person who has decided that those officers can behave as they behaved. He is the person who joins in after the fact and demeans the persons who have been harmed, as opposed to taking a logical and reasonable approach to it and having an investigation. These are your men, Mr. President. You consider yourself a king. These are the king's men. You should have better control over the people that you have put into motion and given the opportunity to do the things that they're doing. You know that when you told those officers in your first term in office that when you're arresting someone, you don't have to be nice. This is you, Mr. President. You've made this clear to officers that they can be aggressive. Now it's out of control, and 2 people have been killed. And if we're not careful, someone else is going to be treated similarly, and another life will be lost, maybe more than one. So, Mr. President, impeachment is the solution for Ms. Nome, and it is also the solution for you. You, Mr. President, are the architect. She is but the face. She is but a tool that you have used, and at some point you will discard her as you have discarded other tools. That's all she is to you. But you, Mr. President, are causing this harm. You, Mr. President, have caused Latinos to be suspect. You, Mr. President, are the person that we have to focus on if we want to get to the bottom of this, to the, not just to the cause, but to the root cause. You, Mr. President, are the root cause. So I'm saying to all who are with us today, when I go back to Washington at some point in the near future, I will be bringing articles of impeachment again against the president. There is good reason to do it. I am not opposed to others doing it. I will sign on to other articles of impeachment. But I cannot in good conscience see these lives lost, taken from them when they are unarmed, peacefully protesting at best, and then have people licensed to carry weapons, take their lives, and do it with impunity and apparently what they believe to be immunity. They are not immune from prosecution, and we will make sure that they're not immune from what can happen in the House of Representatives, because I plan to bring the articles against the president himself. I welcome your questions.
Congressman,
yes.
Any thoughts on the, as we possibly get ready for this government shutdown?
Well, my thoughts on it are that I have already cast my vote. I've already voted. And when I voted against any additional funds to ICE. Any additional funds. There's $10 billion in this appropriations bill. In the last appropriations bill, there was $75 billion in it, $10 billion in this one that I voted against. That is the least I can do. There is more that I can do. And that more includes dealing not only with the face of what's happening, which is Secretary Nome, but also dealing with the architect who is the President of the United States of America. Friends, he has to be impeached, he has to be convicted in the Senate, and he has to be removed. And for those who have said that we shouldn't be doing this, well, you said it when I have brought articles, but you're not saying it now that impeachment has become the order of the day in the House. Forgive me for being the first person to be right. Yes, I'm the first person to be right to bring those articles to a vote in the House of Representatives for his prior injustices, meaning the president, his prior transgressions, his prior acts that were impeachable. I'm the first, and I am not going to be the last. I knew when I was doing it then that we would get to a point where the House of Representatives would embrace impeachment. And the last time we brought the articles, by the way, we had more than 140 persons to allow the articles to go forward, to not vote against moving them forward. And I believe that if we only have one this time,
what's up, Peter?
notwithstanding the progress
Good morning,
we made,
Peter.
I think that was an event that sort of broke the ice. But if we only have one this time, if I'm the only person, I will still bring those articles of impeachment, because we cannot allow these deaths to go unpunished. There must be accountability. And that goes beyond Secretary Nome. It goes right to the president himself. So I voted against the legislation, but that's not enough. We've got to move forward with additional
Boy,
articles.
Peter, it's too early for that, bro.
Are you finding ways to maybe the agents of ICE who are wearing the masks and everything, are you finding ways to maybe bring their names out in public so that people know who they are?
Let's start with this. Police officers in this city arrest people on a daily basis, and we know who the officer is that's making the arrest.
Right.
People ought to know who's arresting them at the time of the arrest. They ought to be able to see the face of that person. I am out in the public regularly. I don't wear a mask.
Regularly?
People know who I am. Yes, I get the death threats. I know the officers might get death threats too. But why would we want to shield them and not shield everybody else with a mask? This makes no sense. It really doesn't. It makes no sense at all. Those officers should not have a mask on in the first place. And they should be identifiable clearly with some sort of name identification badge. And if they have body cameras on, those body cameras should be functional, and we should see the videos from the body cameras so that we too, the public, can understand what happened so that we can demand accountability when that becomes necessary.
Right.
I will do all that I can to give you the names of the persons, but we have the government withholding information. The government is under the leadership of President Trump, is not sharing information. I don't have access to what they have shared. So if it's out there, I'll be more than pleased to tell the public who they are. They should not allow, we should not allow the accountability associated with public opinion to be distorted by not having the names of the persons who were involved in this dastardly injustice.
I guess, is there anything you're trying to do so that something like that doesn't happen in up north, doesn't happen here in Houston?
Well, I don't want it to happen anywhere. I didn't want it to happen where it occurred. And the best thing that we can do to prevent this is to remove President Trump from office. That is the way to prevent this. He's not going to stop. He is out of control. The President of the United States of America sees himself as having all authority above and beyond what we call separation of powers, where he has a certain amount of a power, the judiciary has a power, and then the House of Representatives and the Senate, the Congress has power and authority. He sees himself as having all of that. And the Republicans in Congress have surrendered. They've surrendered. They've given in. So anything he wants, they give him. Supreme Court gave him this immunity, which I don't agree with. Gave him this immunity. And he now takes it as absolute immunity and believes that it is his moral standards that are the things that can guide his actions and dictate what his actions are. I don't want to see anybody hurt, and the best way to do this is to bring impeachment. And mark my word, he is going to be impeached. There are some people who believe that we should not move on it now. I respect their opinions, but the public demands that we do all that we can. And
we are
this
not
is one of
victims
the things that
anymore,
we can
bro.
do
We just
to let the public know
at
that
war.
we're serious
That's it.
about
We
this
just at war, bro. That's
of President Trump for
And
impeachable
what's up?
actions
War
that he's taken
back.
as president.
We at war. That's it.
Any additional questions from anyone? If not, I'll give a closing statement. Here's my closing statement. Can you imagine how these families are grieving, knowing that the deaths of their relatives were taken in full view of the world? We have seen what happened. They are seeing it themselves, and yet they're seeing the injustice after the fact of the government of the United States of America doing what it can to cover it up. This is a cover-up with Ms. Good. It's a cover-up. The President of the United States of America is the person who sets the tone and tenor for all of these things that are happening. If he wanted those officers to be respectful, they would. He sets the tone and tenor. And now he is covering up. And he is prepared, if they are convicted of federal crimes, he's prepared to pardon them. He pardoned the people who engaged in the insurrection on the Capitol. First day in office, took pen in hand, first day, and pardoned them. He would pardon these officers. Back shooters in Texas, we don't abide with back shooters. Man on the ground, shooting him in the back, shooting him 9 to 10 times, depending on who's counting.
Good morning, brother.
Woman in a car,
early in the morning, bro.
unarmed, shooting her in the face. Only the family will know, I suppose, the damage that was done to her person. This causes me to hearken back to Emmett Till when he was killed by some dastards. When he was killed, Emmett Till's mother, Jet Magazine published a story.
No, it's not, bro.
Emmett Till's mother said, I want to open
It's gonna
casket.
get better.
I want the world to see the harm that was done to my son. Sometimes it is the visual observation that has the impact that changes the world, that changes everything. Visual observation.
Funny.
What happened to Miss Good?
We just gotta stay focused. We just gotta be on top of our game. That's it.
We can understand ourselves like the family is understanding it, the suffering that they're going through. What happened to Mr. Pretty?
They done killed
That family has to be suffering.
2 people.
Anytime you lose a loved one under
In
these
2 days
circumstances,
in
where the
Minnesota.
world sees it and the government is involved in the cover-up. So I close with saying the cover-up is not going to escape my notice. It is not. And I will do it publicly. This is bigger than Al Green. It's bigger than just these two persons who have been harmed. It's
Al
about the
Green.
future of our country and whether we're going to be a country of laws or of one person who can say there won't be an investigation, or one person who can do what he can to subvert an investigation. I saw just recently as I was making my way here that the investigation into that plane helicopter crash that took place last year is coming to a head, and they're drawing conclusions about what happened. Now, why did I mention this? Because immediately afterwards, the president himself blamed it on DEI. Now, no investigation had taken place, but he blames it on DEI. I'm mentioning this because immediately after these killings have taken place, the department comes out with some rationale for it without having any investigation, and notwithstanding what we see with our own eyes, they try to convince us that this was lawful.
I guess that's
They
her
do this.
name.
And that's what happened
Good
with
one.
DEI. So
Thanks,
now
bro.
they're finding that it was not DEI. It was the number of aircrafts that one person was managing, and a system that was not properly functioning properly. System, not the technology itself, as much as the way the people were oriented to do things. So this president could care less. He believes that he can change whatever his narrative is, can change the reality. He believes his words can change reality.
Somebody gonna listen to
And
him
I
now.
believe that the best way to deal with him is to remove him from office.
Yeah, it's crazy,
And the
bro.
way to do that is to impeach. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and still I rise.
We're gonna roll with him.
And still I rise,
We're gonna roll with him.
a liberated, unbought, unbossed, unafraid Democrat. And still I rise. And I rise today because
Face green, smile.
I have grave and great concern
Y'all funny as
for the
shit early in
American
the
people.
morning, bro.
I fear for the lives of the American people. And I do so, Mr. Speaker, because
Paul, what did you talk about? Make camera.
if
No,
the
go
President
ahead,
of the
Mom.
United States and his underlings
Paul.
and
Over
his
again.
persons who are in
Face
charge
green,
of very
smile. Go ahead,
powerful
Mom. Y'all is
agencies
funnier
within
in
the
the
federal
morning.
government,
Jack,
if
once
they can
again, Trump
convince
misquote Trump said
this country
average resources.
or some
No.
significant portion of the people in this country
Yes, you already know.
that Miss Renee Good was a terrorist,
This fucking guy is corrupt.
I fear
Cause, go ahead, Mom.
for the lives of the people in this country. In fact, I fear for my own life.
He's scared too, though.
I'm not afraid to speak truth to power. I'm not afraid to speak truth about power. I'm going to speak truth about power today, but I can tell you that I fear for our lives. Because if you can justify what happened to Miss Good after seeing with your very own eyes what took place, and if we can allow the king's men to conclude that only they can investigate this, remove the local constabulary from the process. If this can happen, I fear for our lives. We are now living in a country where people are expected to believe that this mother of three, a Christian woman, seated in her vehicle, yes, the vehicle was across the roadway, but that somehow she was a terrorist. The head of Homeland Security has as much as said so. A terrorist.
Y'all funny as shit.
Mr. Speaker, I fear for our lives. Because what we saw when this lady, this woman, was accosted And I say accosted because men who had on masks in police regalia, I suppose, approached her rather aggressively, it seems to me. And one of them, in approaching, said, "Get the F out of the car." I'm not using the profanity,
What's funny?
but that's what was said.
I guess he's funny, y'all.
You can see it
If
for
that lady
yourselves
was
and
a
you can hear it
child
for
abuse,
yourselves.
and that's why
That
she
is what
couldn't
was
have
said.
shoot up her
Get
kid.
the F out of
I
the
ain't know
car.
that. That's crazy.
When men can approach a female in a car and say this to her and expect her to immediately respond in a positive manner, and if she does not and attempts to drive away, if they can take her life,
That's
I fear for our lives.
player.
Do not
For real,
assume
right?
that it can only happen to her.
You did hear that. Oh, man.
They aggressively
She
approached
doesn't
her.
care. She doesn't care.
Cars were going around her in various
Funny as
ways.
shit, yeah. Cars was
But
going
when
around.
she made her move to
Fix.
extricate
Don't know
herself, to move
upset her.
along,
She
to move her
deserved
car,
and her honor. It will always be
officers
known
started
as
to shoot.
big facts.
She was shot. One officer shot through the side window as she was moving away.
Facts, Bob.
Now you don't have to know this lady. I don't know her.
That shit.
I don't know who she was, other than
Yeah.
what I have seen and what I have read. But the truth is, officers ought not be allowed to do what was done to this lady.
That shit is
There
sad.
should be an investigation that includes the local constabulary.
Facts.
If you truly want to be transparent, if you truly believe in liberty and justice for all, if you want the people in this country to believe that what occurred was the right
Blocking
thing,
the street.
then
Nah.
you would want the local
She
constabulary to
did
be
not get
involved.
shot for blocking the street,
But
Mo.
no, this administration is shutting out the local investigation,
Nah.
and they are including only the federal investigation, which means by
They
some
shot her three
thought
times in
processes
the head for it.
that they have
That's
no
crazy.
desire to let this go to a
Yeah,
trial.
that was bad,
There are
bro.
people who believe
That
that
was
this
bad.
administration has
For
no
every
desire to
innocent
let
gave
this
up
case
to
go
that.
to a
We
trial.
need the same number for Democrat votes.
For edification
And then,
purposes,
yes,
I am one of them. I don't believe that they
he
want this
did
case
not
to go
try
to a
to
trial.
ram them at all.
I think that this is why they have decided
She
that
was blocking the
only
street off.
the federal authorities will
She
investigate. I also believe that
idiot
if the case
statement. Go
goes to
ahead,
a trial,
bro. No, for real.
and if there
I need
is a
an attorney like
conviction,
him on retire. Hey, go ahead. Y'all don't need him
and
as
it
no
is a
lawyer,
federal
bro.
conviction,
Y'all funny as shit.
I
New
believe this
election
president
era.
will
I
do
don't
for the
know.
person or persons convicted. I believe he will do for them what he did for the
King,
people who assaulted the citadel of
man,
democracy
I'm
on
dead.
January 6th. I believe he will pardon.
He tired of
And I
ice
believe
age.
he will do it without question,
After the
reservation,
other
or
guy got
hesitation,
shot like 9
just as he
times,
did
and
it
he
for
was
those
one of
persons
the
who
other
assaulted this
guy.
Capitol.
He took his gun away and then
And he
shot from
did it
the other guy.
immediately
He
after
tried
being
to let
sworn in.
no. I seen that part too, though.
Mr.
I
Speaker,
did see that part.
I
I
fear
seen
for the
that part.
lives of the American people. And again, I say that includes me. I think we have a reckless, ruthless outlaw
Mm.
who has found his way into the presidency. And to further validate my thinking,
Facts. That
I
makes
have
sense.
here
They couldn't
the
basically.
words of the President of the
I'm gonna
United
walk
States
and
of
talk because there
America,
was too much going on. That's what you're saying.
Donald
Bert.
John Trump. Here are his words
For all of them, yeah.
when asked if there were any
Going
limits
back to this
on
from
his
Africa.
international power. I know
He
what
ain't from
happened within
Africa,
the country
bruh.
was national. This deals with international power. Give
He's
me
an
just a
immigrant,
moment,
bruh.
please,
He ain't
of
from
your time
Africa.
so that I might connect these dots. When asked
Who this old crackhead
if there
got?
were any limits on
Mr.
his
Green.
international power, here's his response. It's
Is there that goes
my own morality,
No,
my
bro.
own mind is the
No,
only
there ain't no
thing that can stop
GoFund.
me.
I feel like this preacher's just
Some things bear repeating.
don't repeat.
My own morality,
Hey, Jesus Christ.
my own mind is the only thing that can stop me.
I think so.
Mr. President, what about Congress? What about the Constitution?
Man, go ahead, y'all. He is
What
African
about
American, I guess.
the power to declare war? And where is that power vested?
That's crazy.
What about it, Mr. President? Only your mind? Only your morality? I won't go into the president's moral standards. I'll leave that to
They
you.
obey the Lord, the land, and to go.
So what the president is saying is,
Facts. Oh, we on 5 right
this
now,
joint
y'all.
resolution,
Bootlicker in the chat.
SJ Res 90,
Go ahead, man.
over in the Senate.
Don't
Here's a
start
copy
beefing
of
in
it.
my chat, man. For real. Don't start beefing in my chat. We
Permit me to
talking about
read
Trump and what's going on in
some
Minnesota. I
excerpts.
said Minnesota. In
It reads,
Minnesota,
joint resolution
people die.
to direct the removal of the United States
Facts.
armed forces from hostilities within or against Venezuela that have not been authorized by Congress.
Go ahead, Mom.
SJ Res 90. It goes on to say, resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives. Eventually, if it
We
passes
don't
the
want the
Senate, it
drugs
has
in
to
the
come to the House
community,
for our
man.
approval.
Bob, we don't want the drugs
Resolved
in
by
the
the Senate and
community.
House of Representatives of the United
Democrats
States of
regarding us
America
as slaves and KK.
in Congress
Man, they just
assembled,
call it immigrants.
Section 1
Go
findings.
figure. Y'all funny as shit.
Congress makes the following findings.
These people are going to
1.
they talk for anything.
Congress has the sole power to declare war under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution. Mr. President, the Constitution still has some relevancy. The Constitution is not meaningless. Goes on to say, Congress has not yet declared war upon Venezuela or any person or organization within Venezuela, nor enacted a specific statutory authorization for use of military force within or against Venezuela.
Yes, you're right about
So, only his mind, his morality,
make America sober.
that's the only thing that can stop him.
Nah,
This
he don't want
resolution don't
everybody
stop him.
sober in the American.
Here's
bro.
what he knows.
Stop, hey,
He
stop
knows
playing,
that if it
Mom.
passes the Senate,
Ignorance
he
don't
knows
have
that if it passes
constitutional
the
right at
House,
all.
he knows that he has a vote.
Wow.
And he knows that if he votes no with his veto,
Yes, bro.
he knows
You see, going crazy, bro.
or believes that it will not be overridden.
They love me, bro. You already know.
Well,
Dude needs to
I
sit
still
down.
say this is the right thing to do. I say this because you cannot
Yes, he is.
allow a president to do what he has done
Talking about.
in terms of
No, for real.
going to another country, bombing the country,
anything with any kind of
to do this
it's just only the nerve
and not put some check on him.
vision woke
At
up,
least
man.
you have to try.
Yes.
You can't just allow it to happen and decide we'll wait until we can override his veto.
Make sure y'all
Pass it in
subscribe to
the
this
Senate even
YouTube
if it
channel
never
too.
passes the House. You ought
Don't
to
forget
pass it
about
in the
that.
Senate.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
House
We
should
going up.
pass it. But
We
if the
going
House
up. I'm
doesn't,
reading all
the
comments.
Senate is
You
doing
know
the
that.
right
My
thing.
dudes, the wrong 13 quote is about the devil.
Pass it.
By God, so
Let him know that there are some people who are watching.
People
By
don't
the
follow
way,
the Lord no more,
the
bro.
president also gone on to say
People
that
do what they want to do.
the
These folks
5
put your crack kids
Republicans
2 days away
who
from
voted
smoking
for
this learning
this
center. Shut the
to
fuck
move
up,
forward,
bro. You funny as
that they
shit.
shouldn't hold public office again.
But the most
Threats and intimidation.
I ain't know that.
This president
Said
spells the
his
word
dude had
respect,
Obama crack in his
F-E-A-R.
mouth. Can't you smell this shit?
That's respect.
Come out right
He
now.
wants
We
people to
playing
fear him.
with no longer
I don't
just
fear you,
killing
Mr.
emotion.
President. I'm concerned about your behavior. I'm
Mm.
concerned about what you might have your underlings in some way do to
And
me.
America,
But I want you to know
feel
I will not be deterred, just as these senators
the
are not
government
being
what
deterred.
they do.
And yes,
And
they are
that's
doing
that.
the right thing,
Facts.
notwithstanding the fact that you have a vote in this process. But they did it, and they're doing it. And I support what they're doing. The president, in doing what he's done, is doing the following. He's using the noble ends, not always noble, to justify ignoble means. Noble ends
These waste
to
on tax
justify
dollars.
ignoble means.
They do,
That's what's
hey,
happening in
they do
Venezuela.
anything with our money, bro. Anything.
Only it is noble ends to justify unconstitutional means. I think some senators seem to agree with me on that. Unconstitutional means to justify what are perceived to be noble ends. The president of Venezuela is a part of this, but it's not about him. It's about the Constitution. It's about whether we will have a Constitution. If we're going to allow what are perceived to be noble ends to justify unconstitutional means, at some point, the Constitution of the United States of America will become meaningless. Noble perceived ends to justify unconstitutional means.
I'm
The
back. I'm
president should
back.
have brought this to the attention of the
You
Congress.
read these comments. I'm back. I'm back.
He did not do so. He did, however, bring it to the attention of the oil
Free the
companies.
white man.
Have the oil companies replaced Congress in the United States of America? Is what they think more important than what we think, given that the
Fact. I
Constitution
seen
has
that.
given us
I
the
read that.
authority to declare war?
Yeah, Trump buying all the guns.
I know that
You
this
better
is a
believe it.
difficult
All the
topic for
guns,
some
missiles,
people to
ships, and
embrace.
everything. Take the chain
But this
off
is
the
where we
white man's
are.
neck. Y'all funny as
Congress
shit.
has become irrelevant in the
Yes,
minds
it
of this
do.
president, in the
Black
mind of this
lives do
president.
matter. Black lives do
It's not
matter.
relevant.
All lives matter. Yes.
It's
You know
not.
that. This guy's insane.
His own morality,
Yes, he is.
his own mind is
He
the
want
only
ICE
thing that can
agents
stop him.
out of Minnesota, though. He want all of them out of Minnesota.
Well, Mr.
That's what he's
President,
talking
you're
about.
wrong. Congress is relevant. And just as the Senate took this action, Congress
What?
should take action.
Y'all
Congress, meaning
funny as a
the House of
mother.
Representatives. By definition, the House and the Senate
Perfectly
make up the Congress. But
worded.
the House of
Hey, blue pie.
Representatives
Yes.
should take action. We have the power to do what has to be done. We have the power.
Yes, sir.
Before I go further with that power, now I want to come back to, if I may, Ms. Good. If the president believes this about international law, if the president believes that the only thing is his mind,
No, for real, right?
I believe he
We all
believes the same
bleed
thing
red.
about
Yes, we do.
domestic law. I think he believes that the only thing that he has to concern himself with is whether he
If
agrees,
you think only one
whether he
race
thinks it's
matter,
right.
you are a race piece of shit.
I believe he
Yes,
thinks
bruh.
that what those officers did
All
can
race
be
matter.
justified simply because they are officers of the law.
All race matter, bro.
I support officers of the law. I don't support outlaws who are pretending to be officers of the law when they are committing crimes. My uncle was a deputy sheriff. I support officers of the law. But I'm not going to support officers who would do what happened to this lady, and the president is then going to immediately back them up. Head of Homeland Security immediately backs them up. The Vice President of the United States immediately backs them up. They set the narrative to allow the exoneration of the persons who did these dastardly things. They have put in motion immediately, without an investigation. Well, you say, well, you didn't investigate, Al. No, but I'm investigating by virtue of seeing what happened and having read news articles and having looked into it. They didn't do as much. Just immediately concluded that this lady was a terrorist. I'm not a terrorist, but if you can conclude that she is, I'm not sure that anybody is safe from being captioned, labeled, designated a terrorist. I'm not sure.
Love
So
the show.
I'm standing
Thanks,
up for
bro.
her today. I'm standing up for the American people today. I'm standing up for those good law enforcement officers who would have approached that lady with a kinder gesture,
Thanks, Rich.
not as bullies, who would have approached
State
her and simply
Protective
said,
Robbery in Minnesota Senate.
ma'am, would you please step out of the car? What is wrong with being kind? You got the gun. What is wrong with being respectful? No, the president, as a bully, has passed on his tendencies to those who are under him. It starts at the top. The tone and tenor starts at the top. It starts with a
You going to
bullying
go
president.
vote out, huh?
So
You already
now
know
you
you
have
is.
officers who believe that they can bully people into doing things. I imagine this lady was frightened. I would have been, rushing up to me,
Let's shop. Nah, for
mask
real.
on,
That's what he looked like too. Shop.
get out of the effing
This
car.
person nothing but a coward. Yeah.
That may have been the last thing I'd want to do. May have been the last thing she wanted to
Yeah,
do.
man.
So the president, in his thinking, believes he is above and beyond the law, whether it is international law or whether it is domestic law. That's his thinking.
Nah, for real. What foul?
And so I come back
He
to
ain't
where
talking
I
about no
was
fouls, bro.
when I said the Senate is doing the right thing. They are. And I said the House should do the right thing, and we can. And the president fears what the House can do. He fears it because he knows that this is where an indictment can take place, right here in this House. He knows it. And he knows
But do he
that
care?
indictment
If he
can
know,
be very
but do
harmful
he care?
to him.
What fun?
Very harmful to him.
That nigga won all the fun that Trump was worth.
So he's
$1
afraid of
billion
what
in
the
his
House
first term.
can do.
Now
He
Trump
has as
is
much as
worth
said it
15 billion now,
without
and at
using those
1.5 billion in 3
explicit
months. Nah, for
words.
real, you right about that.
He said it. He has said it. He said that they will
Right
find
about that.
some reason to impeach me. Find some reason. Mr. President, it's easy to find the reasons because you've given them to us.
At all.
Venezuela is a
Loudmouth
reason.
though. Trump is for sale to the eyes.
We don't have to look very far or very hard to find the reason. It's right before our eyes.
Just taking, nah, Richard, for real.
The reasons are there.
They're taking everything from us.
It's not about whether we can find the reasons. The question is whether we can find the will.
Yeah.
It's the will.
I'm reading all comments, y'all.
Do we have the willpower
Send them, I'm reading them.
to do what should be done? And I'm talking about bipartisan
automatic that shot 2 people
effort.
in the murder.
It should be
Go
bipartisan.
ahead, bro. Nah, for real.
But
stop it, man. Y'all
if it
funny as
can't
shit.
be bipartisan, that doesn't mean we shouldn't try to stop this reckless, ruthless president.
Reckless and ruthless?
If the Senate can go forward,
He said Trump reckless and ruthless.
the rules and how things are likely to play out.
What's up, Richard? Nah, for real.
If we could pass legislation here just yesterday that I supported, going over to the Senate,
they talking for me.
good likelihood that their behavior is not going to be acceptable to me.
Of course they is. You know that. Taking from all of us.
And we can do this.
Trump
we can also do the same thing with the one thing that can stop a reckless,
No, for
ruthless, outlaw
real.
president.
That nigga off the
The
chain,
one
man.
thing, that one thing, my friends, is what the president fears most. And he
These
fears
crowds are
even
trash.
having votes on it take place.
Yeah.
Now, there are people who would say that, well, if you
Hey,
can't pass it, why vote on it? Because the American people need to know that there are
where he
some
would
people
go. No, he ain't going nowhere, Chris. He's still there. Jackson
who
out.
see the wrong
Yes.
and who are willing
Before
to take
all
a
English.
stand against the
Nope.
wrong.
There are no
They see the injustice
drop
and they're willing
mailbox
to
in
take
my
a stand
area.
against
I
the
lived
injustice,
here
even
for
when
30
that
years. That's
stand
crazy.
may not result in what is the
These
desired
people that
end,
voted for Trump have
a
him
noble
county or
end,
y'all racist facts.
a noble cause, ought
Nobody
not be
should never
avoided
voted for
simply
Trump.
because
Nobody
you
should never
can't bring
voted
it
for
to
Trump.
fruition today.
Nobody. Nobody should never voted for Trump.
Ought not be. Yes,
Nobody.
this thing that we can do is almost sacred.
Yes, bruh.
Yes, it requires considerable thought. Yes, this is something that
Nobody
we
should
should
never voted
do
for him. He need a room
when
next
we
to Bennett. You know
have the
what?
evidence.
Not a room
Well,
next to
friends,
him though. Stop it, Mo.
I guess
Chris,
the
stop it.
evidence is comparable to the evidence that we had on January 6th when we saw it before our very eyes. After all, this is an indictment here. The trial will take place in the Senate.
Y'all think Trump had
So
some of
there's
the
just
people
this
running
one
in the
thing that he
Capitol though?
fears.
Y'all really think so
And
though?
he's very much concerned about it and what we will do. Well, I
Fact.
can't speak for anybody else.
Who
I
you gonna
don't speak
speak
for
for?
any of my colleagues
I never wanted to vote for Trump.
who
Me neither. I
are
ain't
in
voted for his ass
Congress.
neither.
I don't
For
speak
what?
for anybody
547.
without
54
the Congress.
5447.
I
I ain't
don't.
voted
I
for
speak
him
for
neither.
one person.
I don't.
So do not now
Yeah,
say
everybody love
that
Trump
the
because he
Democrats are
became the
doing
boss
something.
of
Just
America.
say Al Green.
Say it.
Tell the truth.
Why this man keep talking about
Because
Al
on
Green
some
though? He must
issues,
listen to Al
I
Green.
believe that it is better to stand alone
420
than not
time,
stand at
420
all.
time, twist
So I'm
up,
going to
roll
take a
up,
stand.
smoke up.
I'm going to agree with what the
You
Senate
already
has said.
know.
And by the way, I would invite you to read all of it because there's much more to it than what I read to you. But I'm going to agree
Yes, he is.
with what the Senate has said when they said the Congress has the power to declare war.
Mm-hmm.
And they go on to say Congress has not yet declared war. You had no right under the Constitution to do what you did, but you do have the right to do it if the standard is your mind and your morality. And we should not assume that this applies only to international affairs.
Fact.
It applies to domestic affairs
No,
as
for
well.
real, Rick.
So I'm going to do what the Senate has done as best as I can. But it'll just be me. It's not the Democratic Party. I
Ask him what he
believe
say,
that
man.
these are
He can't
votes
get
of
that.
conscience.
Shut the fuck
Let your
up.
conscience be your
Clown,
guide, members.
yes. Shut up, y'all.
Don't
Y'all
follow
funny as
my
shit.
lead, members. Don't do it because I'm doing it, and I don't think that there are very many who would. Do it because you believe. If you don't believe, do not do it.
You
I'm not
funny.
asking anybody to vote for
But
it
baby, you
when
funny.
I bring it to the attention of Congress. I'm not asking you to. Don't vote for it if your convictions don't command that you do so. Do what you think is right. Senate has done what they believe to be correct,
He ain't gonna stop.
and I assure you,
Got it? What?
without question, I
He
assure
ain't
you of
gonna
this,
stop.
I will bring articles of impeachment against the President of the United States of America for taking
He
our
dead serious too,
military
y'all.
to war against Venezuela, for doing it
That's a crazy question
based
though,
upon
bro.
some
That's
theory
a crazy question and a good
that in
question.
and of itself
Trump cut taxes
does
on
not
trips,
align with the
overtime,
Constitution.
welfare,
Some
and
theory that
old people money.
if you have
Hey,
an
nah, for
indictment,
real. He did though.
an indictment,
He did.
you can now send
Nope.
in the police or the Justice Department and various officers
Okay,
associated.
funny,
You can send
bruh.
them in to do something, in this case to seize the president of a country, and use the military to back them up. And I marvel at how people will say, well, they did it in Panama. If we did it in Panama, we can do it here. God, the list is endless of things that have been
3
done
more
that were
long
wrong,
years.
that at some point we had to stop.
Big facts about that,
It was
bruh.
wrong to bring folk to this country in chains.
Big facts about that. We
They
got 3
thought it
more
was
years with
lawful
him.
at the time, I suppose, in their minds. But we stopped it. So regardless as to what has happened prior to this second in
Yes, we
time,
did, bruh.
I say to you, the
We
Constitution
need more ice,
still
more
rules.
people.
The
Shut the
Constitution is
fuck
above
up. No, we don't.
indictments.
Nigga, get ice
Constitution
and the
is
fuck up out of
above
here.
the things that are in the
Because they
mind
killing
of a
people.
president that he believes would give him the authority to do
ICE
these
agents
things.
need to get the
It's
fuck
the
on because they
Constitution that
killing
counts.
people, Mo.
And if you're going to
They
have a
killing people.
Constitution, you have to make it count. It doesn't count because the words are on paper. It's
Then they
how
killing
we
people
react
with masks
and
on, so
behave
you don't
in
know if they
response to the
white,
words
black,
that are on paper.
Asian, or what. Yeah,
It's the Constitution that counts.
you know what I'm saying? They just keep on killing
And
people
an
and
indictment
not
is
getting
no
punished for it. That's crazy.
constitutional reason
Democrats
to
not winning, ain't
send the
never elected
military,
for 30
to
years.
send
We don't know
a
that, bruh.
nuclear-powered aircraft carrier,
We don't know that.
to send planes in large numbers, to send other
Bitch,
military
China.
paraphernalia.
Nah, for real.
Indictments don't accord you that, Mr. President.
At all.
And the only way we can stop this
Yeah.
is
Right.
with impeachment. That is the only thing. Why is impeachment? Because,
He was
friends,
an arm. She
it would
struck
say to the next
the
Donald John
officer.
Trump, we will not tolerate
Facts about that.
unconstitutional means
Facts about that. He was armed.
that
She
are
struck the
justified.
officer. But that
You
still don't give
can't
no reason
decide
for him to shoot her,
that you are
though.
going to
Stay away from ICE.
use some
Yeah, you
sort
better
of
stay away from
means
him.
justifies the ends
Facts.
theory
If they pull you over,
to
whatever,
go to war.
man, give them everything they
He
want. If
needs
they
to be
want to search the
impeached.
car, let them search
He
the
needs to
car.
be convicted,
Because they
and he
everywhere.
needs to be removed from office.
Yeah,
Impeached, convicted,
for
and
real.
removed. However, if we can't do it
It
now, that
is.
doesn't mean that the process can't
I've
start
never
now.
been shot by ICE.
If we can't do it now or
I hope
sometime in the
not.
near future,
The
it doesn't
fuck?
mean that we should not let the American people know that we know that what has been done is wrong. We should protect the Constitution,
Crazy.
not allow this to happen. And the only way we can do it, while I believe that this is good and I support it, SJ Res 90, I support it. I believe it's good. But the real remedy, the remedy that can make the difference, is to impeach, convict, and remove Donald John Trump from the presidency. Well, friends, this is where I stand. I don't do these things to make friends. I do them because I care about my country. I do it because I believe when I salute the flag in liberty and justice for all. I do it because I believe in government of the people, by the people, for the people. And that includes the people who have the authority to enforce the Constitution. And we are the people. We are the we and we the people.
You know he's fighting for his
I
immigrants.
believe
You know that.
we have to do whatever we can when we can. And this is something I can do
You get
and I will do.
Ah.
Time that prevents us from doing other things. And all of these things people will say now in terms of why we can't do it, when we get the opportunity to, by their standards,
J.D. Vincent
they will
off the chain.
push
Y'all
all of
already
these
know.
things aside
Shut his dumb ass
and move
up.
forward. Well, I'll be there with you. I'm not asking you to be here with me, but I will be there with you. I will be there because it's the country, it's the Constitution, it's the republic that we must protect. I promise you, friends.
You got a Trump.
I promise
Nah,
you.
crazy,
I will not be
bro.
deterred. There's no need, not that anybody would, but there's no need to try to dissuade me.
This guy.
What happened
No, he
in
not,
Venezuela
bro.
was an act of war. President doesn't have the authority to do that without consulting with the Congress.
Now here's somebody
The
with his
Congress
cane,
may very
bro.
well conclude that you
For
shouldn't do
real?
it.
Come on, bro.
Maybe the Congress doesn't want to take over Venezuela. Maybe the Congress doesn't want to do this to provide the oil companies with greater revenues. Maybe the Congress has a different point of view. Your point of view is but one. The Congress has a right to have its point of view recognized as well. We must, I must, others can do what they may. I must take this stand. I will take the stand. This president will face articles of impeachment for
Listen, man, I'm tapping in. There's something going on with my internet. I don't know what's going on, but listen, I'm gonna tap right back in 1 minute.